because what I think we all forget is the end game isn't just you moving into the house, is you're going to need to sell it in probably 5 to 7 years' time, particularly if you're a first home buyer or a second home buyer. You'll probably hold onto that home for 5 to 7 years and it will need to be sold. And the greatest error I see is people building and designing homes that become very, very hard to sell when they want to upsize, downsize, relocate. All sorts of things can happen in life. So I would do that, and I would pick the brain of the real estate agent on floor plan layouts. I'd want to know questions about the best facades to the size blocks. I want to know what overcapitalization is. And I'd probably get a list of, 7 to 10 things that are core things that I work towards when I brief my builder on what I'm looking to achieve. And because I always say to particularly first homeowners, and I've got a lot of family members that come to me, and I always say this, and I believe this, is that the first home that you build or buy is the most important one. And the reason for that is it sets you up for life. Like, if you buy or build something that you can't sell 7 years from now, it just affects everything in the future. So the first one's the most important. I can remember I bought an off the plan apartment many years ago in a place called Ascot Vale, and a guy by the name of Charlie Durstrini was a developer who I trusted at the time. He said, "You've got to invest in this thing." And I remember I had $20,000 in the bank account. He allowed me to put down a 5% deposit. This is in 1996 when people weren't even doing off the plan. I took the plunge, and for me, it was the best decision I ever made. By the time the property had settled, it was already worth much more than what I'd paid for it. I lived in it for 2 years only, and then I got married. I moved to Tasmania, and it set me up for life. And that one property meant that when I bought the next one, that bit of capital growth, I was able to just keep sort of building. But I hear of so many bad stories where people aren't looking for that advice. They're just going in saying, "I want to build a home like this." And then one day they go to sell it and they can't. And it's the most awful experience for someone to go through. So start with the end game, educate yourself on, if it was to sell in 5 to 7 years' time, what are the fundamentals that are going to help me? Price and facade and layout. And, is 4 bedrooms the sweet spot, not 5, or is 3 bedrooms the sweet spot?